Hello everyone, I'm Andre from Kidscode. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to create a simple coding exercise in Kidscode. Let's get started. First of all, start by creating your exercise area. If you're not familiar with the blocks and you don't know the basics of Kidscode, make sure you watch the introductory video tutorials on our YouTube channel. Start with the sandbox map if you want, or pick up an already existing world and modify it to suit your needs. It's best to create the exercise rooms first and then move on with decorating them, adding a roof, corridors or hidden areas and so on. So keep it simple in the beginning. I prefer square rooms because they are easy to build and are easy to fit in pretty much any type of building I want to create later on. Since we're making a basic exercise, we're going to create an exercise area inside this room, and we're going to use a different color which is different from the color of the floor. Always bear in mind that a student needs as many visual indicators as possible to understand what he or she are supposed to do in a 3D world. Hence the necessity to place every important block or area inside an easy to access area. For example, if students have to walk for 5 minutes to reach the first exercise, they're not going to do anything for 5 minutes. So place your areas as close as possible to each other or link them with teleporters. There's a tutorial about that and it's called the pressure plate tutorial. Now that we have a room and an exercise area, we need two blocks. An A block and a B block. You can find them inside the interactive tab of your inventory if you press the I key on your keyboard. The A block tells the game where the exercise starts, and the B block tells the game where the exercise ends. Simply place them somewhere within the exercise area and you'll be almost done. Let's see how to set up the B block. Right click on it and you'll be prompted with this type of interface. Every time you're going to place an A block somewhere in the world, it's going to generate an exercise number that you can find inside any B block. We only have one exercise for the moment, so we only see exercise 1 here. The next field is called target calls, and here you have to type in the number of calls or movements the Kidscode has to do in order to go from A to B. In this case, it's 6 movements. So I'm going to type in 6 right here. And finally, you can reward your students with blocks or items for each exercise they finish. For instance, you can reward them with a block that later on they have to place into a chest, which opens a secret area. This is just one idea among many others you can use. So just type in the name of the block, for example, default gold block, and as soon as the Kidscode will reach the B block, the user will receive a gold block. And if you don't know the name of a block, place it down somewhere in the world, then point at it, and its name will show in the lower right hand of your screen. Place down the Kidscode by right-clicking the A block. It will automatically face the direction of the exercise, so there's no need to add extra movements at the beginning, which in the end would make the final results inaccurate. Right-click the robot, and here you have the programming interface. It's very simple to use. Type in the name of your program, and I'm going to put my first exercise, then press enter or click the new button. And I know my robot needs to move forward 6 times in order to reach the point B. So I'm going to drag and drop the forward action 6 times, just like this. And if I want, I can stack these actions on top of each other, and there's a little number appearing right here every time I do so. Once you're done programming, press play and watch the Kidscode go. At the end of the exercise, a message will tell you how well you've performed. The game compares the target calls we've set up at the beginning with the current number of calls executed by the Kidscode. In this exercise, there's no way anyone could reach the B block in less than 6 movements. But on larger exercises, some students might perform better than you expected, so the game will tell you that as well. Click retry to automatically replace the Kidscode on the A block and give it another shot. Or click continue to automatically move the Kidscode in your inventory so you can go to the next exercise. In this case, the Kidscode will become invisible until you place it again on an A block. Why do we do this? Because otherwise kids would spend their time placing the robot in other areas instead of moving to the next exercise. But if you do want your students to be able to place the robot anywhere in the world, there's an option for that too. Open your teacher menu and disable the Kidsbot's exercise mode. Now, kids can place the robot wherever they want and use it in a more creative way. Before the end, let me show you a fun way to link an exercise area to another. Go to your inventory and in the search tab represented by this kind of icon, type in lever. There's a lever right here in the middle I'm going to use in my exercise. The Kidsbot will have to activate it in order for the door to open. If it doesn't, the student cannot move to the next exercise. Place the lever on a block, then open your inventory again and search for a door, and any type of door will do the trick except the password door, which needs a password to be open. Place the door inside a wall just like this, then pick up a tool called Super Editor from your inventory. Left click the door with it, and here you have a lot of different options which are all explained in the other video tutorials. But we're dealing with this area right here at the bottom. At first I can choose for the door to open if the robot reaches the block B, but here I'm going to type in 1 in the lever ID section because we only have one lever and its ID is 1. If you're not sure about the ID of a lever, simply right click the lever to check that out. Press OK, and now let's go program the Kidsbot. In my programming interface I need to add an extra action called activate lever, as well as turning my robot left and right to place it in the right direction again. Just make sure you leave half a square empty between the robot and the lever, otherwise the Kidsbot will be either too far away or too close to activate it. When you're done coding, press play and watch the results. And there you go. The door has opened, so I can do this for each exercise room. It is very important to create closed environments if you want to make sure your students will do the exercises. The bigger an exercise area will be, the less likely your students are to focus on the tasks at hand. And before you go, don't forget to protect your area with the World Edit tool. There's also a tutorial for this, but I prefer to remind it to you because these are things which are easy to forget. It would be a shame to submit a world on our website which is unprotected, because anyone will be able to break everything you've done. It takes a few seconds to protect an entire area, but is definitely a life changer for your users. I'm Andre from Kidscode, thanks a lot for watching this tutorial, I hope it was useful to you. There are plenty of other tutorials on our YouTube channel, so make sure you watch them whenever you feel a bit lost. Stay creative, and see you soon on Kidscode.